Okay, I don't think I've looked any uglier. Just gonna make my bun nice and high so it looks like I did it intentionally. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing another holiday makeup look, but drugstore edition. That is what you guys requested on my Snapchat. I gave you guys some options to choose, and this is what you chose. Thank God, because this is what I wanted to do. So I've got a big pile of all sorts of drugstore makeup products that I love here, and we're gonna create a holiday makeup look out of it. So let's get started. By the way, I don't want to jinx it, but my skin has cleared up so much in the past 2 days. Ever since after I made my what I eat in a day video, it's just looking really good. I don't want to speak too soon though. I don't want to ruin it. So, I mean, I already kind of ruined it. Anyways, so of course we're gonna start with brows today, and I'm sure you guys can guess what brow product I'm gonna be using. This is literally the only drugstore, one of the only drugstore brow products that I use. This is the NYX Microbrow Pencil. I usually use taupe, but since my roots are pretty dark right now and they're so grown out, I'm gonna be using Brunette. It's upside down, but you get the gist. Sometimes I use Brunette if I just want a bolder brow look, and this is gonna be kind of a more dramatic makeup look, so I want my brows to be a little bit darker. Okay, the brows are looking a bit insane right now. I went a little bit hard in the front of the brows, but we're gonna fix that. I'm just taking some concealer. This is the NYX HD Concealer in 02, the shade 02, and I'm also using a flat concealer brush from House of Beauty, wherever the label is. By the way, I just want to give a warning that I am using a lot of NYX products. This is not a sponsored video. I usually never do sponsored videos on YouTube. I just love NYX products, and when I do drugstore makeup tutorials, I usually reach for their stuff most often. It's not all NYX cosmetics, but most, a lot of it is. Then to prime my eyelids, I'm taking the LA Girl Pro Primer HD Eyeshadow Primer. Wow, why is that such a long name? And this is in the shade White. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on my lids and blend it out with this Luxie 289 Precision Shader Brush. Before we get started with anything else, I'm going to moisturize my lips with the Pixi Nourishing Lip Polish, just because my lips, I don't know if you can see, are so dry. Then I'm going to be using two separate eyeshadow palettes today. One is a matte palette, and the other is a shimmer palette. This is the NYX Lid Lingerie palette, and then this one is the NYX Cosmic Metal palette. So I'm first gonna go in with the lingerie palette, and I'm taking this color right here, and I'm just gonna use that to set my lids with that same Luxie brush. This is just gonna give my eyelids a smooth surface for the other eyeshadows, because if I were to just put those shadows on top of that primer, it would be kind of sticky, and the shadows would turn out blotchy and just not blend out as well. Now that we have everything prepped and ready to go, I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes really quick. I like to do this before. If you have watched my channel before, you will already know this, but if you're new, I like to curl my eyelashes before I get started with the actual eyeshadow and eyeliner, just because I don't want to ruin my eyeshadow or eyeliner when I'm curling my lashes. Okay, next with the Luxie Tapered Blending Brush, I rubbed off the number because I use this brush so much, so I don't know what the number is. I'm first gonna start with this light purple shade as a first transition color, I guess, just to kind of get a little bit of color started. I want this look to be kind of like an overall purpley mauvey look, and that's why I went for this palette. Then I'm gonna take that first lid color that I used and just go up by my brow bone, kind of blending out that purple even more. And then with a smaller tapered blending brush, I'm gonna start with this color and put that in my outer V and work it into my crease a little bit. Then taking that bigger tapered blending brush in the purple transition color, I'm just going to blend everything out a little bit more. And now taking this darkest shade in the palette and the first brush that we use, the Precision Shader Brush, I'm going to pat this color. I'm gonna pat this color right on my outer V. Okay, now that these shadows are all nicely blended out, I'm gonna take that same lid primer and I'm gonna put this right on the inner portion of my lid. Then with that concealer brush that we used before, I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit. And then with the Cosmetic Metals palette, I'm gonna take this like champagne-y pink color. Just taking it on my finger, I'm gonna put that right where I place the lid primer. Then taking that precision brush, I'm just gonna blend everything together, making it nice and seamless. Beautiful. Okay, then I'm gonna tightline my eyes using the Flower Beauty That's So Kohl eyeliner. Then with the e.l.f. liquid liner, and this is in the shade Jet Black, I'm just gonna create a fairly large winged liner. Okay, so I went ahead and put on some mascara and false lashes off camera. I used the Wet n Wild Max Volume Waterproof Mascara. And then I put on some Ardell Wispy lashes. Those are my favorite, all-time favorite drugstore lashes. And I need to get a new pair because these are super old and super crusty. Okay, now starting with the face, I want a primer or a moisturizer, I guess this is, that is really illuminating and will make my face look glowy. So I'm using the Pixi by Petra Glow Booster. And then just as an extra like hydrating and like priming step, I'm using the NYX First Base Priming Spray. I used to use this stuff literally every single day, and then I just kind of forgot about it, but I really, really like this stuff. Then for foundation, today I'm using the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Foundation, and this is in the shade Nude. This is one of my favorite drugstore foundations. It's just a really, really good consistency, and it has really good, nice medium coverage that I like. It's not too matte, not too dewy. It's like a perfect in between. And I'm also using the LA Girl sponge with this. And also it's just a really good color match for me. Okay, then for concealer, I'm going to be using two different ones. I really wanted to use the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Ivory. I believe this is the lightest shade, but it's just a little bit too dark for me. Correction, it's actually a good shade for me, but it's not light enough to be a highlighting concealer. So I'm going to use this right on my dark circles, and then a little bit on my forehead and my chin. And I'm gonna take that NYX HD concealer in 02 just to lighten it up a little bit. Okay, then I want to add just like a little bit of a cream slash liquid highlighter. This is the Lottie London Strobe Stick, and this is in the shade Spotlight. It's just a really, really pretty light cream highlight. And I'm just gonna put that on my cheekbones and on my nose and a little bit on my chin. Then I'm just gonna blend the edges out with this beauty blender. Just gives a nice little glow, not too intense. Okay, then to bake, and to bake only, I'm not using this to set the rest of my face. This is the Pixi by Petra Quick Fix Setting Powder in Translucid. It ends with a D instead of a NT. I don't know, it's weird. But basically what I do is I take the whole top off. It comes with like this weird cushion applicator thing, but I don't like to use that. I like to just dip my beauty blender into this little mixture and use that to bake. Okay, and then to set the rest of my face and also to wipe away this bake, I'm taking the LA Girl Pro Face HD powder, and this is in the shade Fair. Just with a big fluffy brush, I'm using this NYX like big powder brush in the, I think the brush is 03. I'm not really sure if that's the brush number or if all the brushes have that. But I'm just gonna take this and kind of pack my face with this powder. I was gonna use my trusty Wet n Wild pressed coverall powder or whatever it's called, but I don't think they sell it anymore in stores. I have not been able to find it for like months now, and I'm truly devastated. That was like my all-time favorite drugstore powder, and now it's gone. Just gonna lightly wipe away that bake. Okay, then for bronzer, I hate using this product because I still don't know how to pronounce it. You guys, every time I use it, I feel like you guys tell me so many different ways to say it and I don't know which one is the right one. Just end up saying it the way my heart tells me to, but this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette, and this is in the shade Dulce de Leche. I'm gonna stick with that. That sounds right, I don't know. I used to call it Dulce de Leche, which I think is really wrong. So I'm gonna take that same brush that we used, pat that into the bronzing side, and I'm just going to bronze up my cheekbones and my forehead and my jawline. Then for blush, we're going back to the good old Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. One of my favorite blushes. It has been for years. I'm just gonna use a little stipple brush from Luxie. Put a little bit on my cheeks. This blush does have a little bit of sheen to it, but not too much, just enough to make you look nice and glowy. Okay, now for highlight, I'm using the LA Girl Strobe Light Strobing Powder, and this is in the color 110 Watt, I believe. I'm using this little Luxie tapered highlighting brush. Okay, now to finish off the eyes, I'm using a lot of LA Girl stuff in this video too, so I'm sorry about that, but I just really like the brand. This is the LA Girl Glide Gel Eyeliner, and then this is in the shade Champagne. It's like a really pretty silvery metallic color. I'm gonna use this to waterline, highlight my inner corner while I'm at it. Then going back to the NYX Lingerie palette, I'm taking the dark like brick red color on a Luxie flat definer brush. I'm just gonna put this right up by my lower lash line. Then with a smaller tapered blending brush and that like purple transition color that we used in our crease, I'm gonna blend that out. Then I'm gonna coat my lower lashes with some mascara. And then before we get started on lips, I'm just gonna spray my face with the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist and Set spray. Now for lips, I'm first lining my lips with the Wet n Wild Perfection Gel Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Gone Burgundy. Okay, then to fill in my lips with some lipstick, I'm using the NYX Matte Lipstick, and this is in the shade Whipped Caviar. Okay everyone, that is it for this makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye guys.